Well, you asked for it, and we showed up, meaning you asked for it.
Good morning, glory. Say there, stop that yawning. A brand new day is dawning. Pull up the shade and let the sun come through. Good morning, glory. Spend about an hour underneath a shower and keep on singing like the birdies do.
Yes, autumn is here. Our summer tears have given way to Long John season. And Steve and I are here ready to warm the cockles of your heart with books and mayhem and everyone's probably first look at the Cedarburg post office. That's 53012 right there. And that's what we have for you. Steve has a much better view with Frida the dog. And there's Steve, our book critic, in case it's the first time tuning in. Book critic at large, Steve Donahue. Hello, how have you been?
I've been fine. It's
Good.
a little bit disconcerting to see that your library has moved you to what is obviously a sniper's nest.
I have to watch the back. All right, well, bring it on. I can take it. Well, they were going to move me. This is the original studio. They're going to move me here. So honest Joe, but we'll try this for a little while. It is Books of the Week, a show that generates out of a library in Cedarburg, and Steve is generated out of a flat in Boston. And we like to commiserate, come together, and talk about some nonfiction works of the week and some fiction works and a little wild card. But today, it's not a little wild card. Today, it's a lot of wild card. So the wild card is when I just randomly throw titles at Steve's face. I know a lot of you would like to apply for this job, but I got it.
Well, authors would like to be able to do that.
We'll see what today yields.
we want to restrict ourselves to books with publication dates because, of course, today is the rapture.
I am not dressed for it, so I actually asked them to.
I hate to tell you this, Bubala, but you're not invited.
How dare they turn the joyous holiday of Rosh Hashanah into the rapture?
Oh, don't you think for a minute that was a coincidence? With American fundamentalists nut jobs, that was no coincidence.
Well, Yom Kippur is coming, and that, so they can reschedule if they have to.
I don't know how to break it to the chosen people that they might have to live in a world without Christians, considering how nice Christians have been to them for 3,000 years.
Bye.
I'm sure there's a lot of weeping and gnashing of teeth at Chinese food restaurants all across the country.
Thanks for coming. It was nice to have you here. Before we get into some real trouble, let's get into some real trouble. Let's do our first book. I've got this is kind of perfect, actually. Our first book is How It Feels to Be Steve's Podcast Producer. It's a book called So Very Small by Thomas Levinson. Steve, have you had a chance to sample this work? It is about how humans discovered the microcosmos, defeated germs. Have we? And may still lose the war.
You can only defeat germs if you go to battle against them. If you say, "Oh, when I was a kid, everybody had polio," you're not warring with germs. If you say a little polio is good for your kid, not warring with germs. If you say that,
it's nice because with RFK, which obviously Steve was doing there, everyone gets to be like Rich Little. It's really easy to do. Everyone's can be an impressionist.
Yeah, so it's really easy to imitate his voice because of the 4 lies that he is told about why it sounds that way. And it would be with a makeup studio really easy to imitate what he looks like because of the 4 lies that he's told about why he looks the way he does. Why does he look the way he does? He's 10 years older than you. He looks like something that was unearthed from the Valley of Kings.
Something about rolling around in like sumps or something. I don't know. It's an interesting lifestyle, one I don't intend to adopt. Let's make things a little lighter, a little frothier. These come out seasonally, and this is Leslie Meyer's Halloween Night Murder with 2 other authors. And these little collections, this is like the 4th or 5th I've bought, and they fly off the shelf, and people love them. Yeah, people love them. Yeah, and
these are cozy murder mysteries, which
they seem very nice.
I have expressed in the past my confusion about cozy murder mysteries.
They're
That
cozy.
doesn't go together at all. It's like a crack cocaine jogging club. It doesn't go together at all. And you have to watch for all of the familiar ways in which cozy murder writers create the cozy atmosphere.
Right.
And way number one is that the person who ends up dead has to be someone that no one's going to miss.
Hey, you were talking about snipers before. Let's take it easy now. See here.
Yes, I'm a producer.
In a library. This is getting cozier by the minute. Let's move on, shall we? I'm getting a little nervous here. This sounds like fun. Maybe. A nonfiction title called The Lost Orchid, the story of Victorian plunder and obsession.
Yes.
I'm intrigued.
Yes, this was really, really good. I don't know to what extent it would be good if you didn't go in forearmed in some way or other. If you're not a horticulturalist, if you don't grow flowers indoors, orchids are complicated to grow.
Yeah.
If you're not devoted to something like that, I was going to say, the history of this thing might not appeal to you, but there was about 35 years ago, there was a work of nonfiction called Tulipomania that did really well.
Yeah.
So,
The Orchid Thief was big from
the Orchid Thief was big, right? So this might do that. I am not a horticulturalist. That is not how I went in forearmed. Instead, I'd spent the whole year reading Nero Wolfe murder mysteries. He does grow orchids, and he takes them very, very seriously. They're in almost every book. So,
all right. Well, I think that'll do well here. We have a
remarkable. The book is really good. I read it because of that, and it is well done. It is well done popular history.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, we have a very robust garden club out here. So,
do you really?
Oh, yes. We have some planters right now that all have Audrey 2 in them, I think.
So your robust gardening club is about to go into protracted mourning? You're about to head into your Wisconsin winter?
Yes. Oh, yeah. I don't know what they do in the off season, but I guess I do. They probably drink. So,
yeah. That's what I always say. There are only two emotions in the upper Midwest: butter and beer.
That's absolutely true. That is absolutely true. We have, I don't know what the hell this is. It's a novel from someone named Mason Coyle, and it's called
Don't
Exile.
You order the fiction?
I do.
What the hell it is?
I do. Towards the end of the year, I just start clicking. I just outed myself. Anything that shows up on our fiction shelves from like September to because again at that point I'm going for Baker and Taylor has like their demand. They'll actually put the list of like what the demand is for a title, how many other libraries have bought it basically, and I'm like, oh well, I better get that because I don't want to be one of those libraries that doesn't have it. So Exile showed up because of that.
You can always run your potentials by a certain book critic.
What do you think we're doing here? I guess it's after the fact, though. It's already shown up, but I've got the receipt.
Eventually, we would mold the library's entire collection according to the sensibilities of one sexy critic.
Yep, this guy right here. Bill Frawley sings the old ones.
Oh, no. I didn't know he had a musical career. By the way, that was at around the same time?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, 57. The album's from 57. I did a little research this morning.
Of course, I'm saying, I didn't know he had a musical career, or was that around the same time? And all of our viewers in the 21st century are saying, what are you talking about?
Wikipedia, kids. William Frawley. He's a giant of music.
He was a giant, not in music. He was a giant. He was an indispensable part of a great TV show.
Absolutely. So there we go. You get everything here. But what about Exile, Steve?
I'm thinking Exiles should be exiled to the library book sale so that we can make an all Tacitus library.
Okay. So
Tacitus.
We'll just put that over there. Steve is clearly going scorched earth. And this is what they would call a chunker, and it's the global history of World War II, which certainly deserves a chunker. Well, how do you feel about this one?
I liked it, but right away when you read just the subtitle that you are being shortchanged.
Yeah.
Right away that is the case, that you just have to make your peace with that.
Yeah.
If you do make your peace with that, this author does, a pretty good job. Whenever an author purports, I've read probably 5 books that purport to be a global history of World War
Sure.
II, because World War II did strike every aspect of the world.
For sure. Yeah.
And so it's tempting to write a global history that will be, in your mind, a kind of a counteraction to Europe Central, to centering on just Europe, not even the East, not even Russia, just Europe.
Yeah.
There's a real temptation to do that, and this author resists that temptation for about 100 pages.
just succumbs. It's just nothing you can do. Yeah, it should be
one half or 1/3, one gigantic third of the whole war was in the Pacific.
Right.
Wasn't in Europe or the North or the East or Russia at all. It was in a totally different part of the world.
Africa. I mean, there's all kind of touches on. Yeah, that should be 8 volumes, is what I'm hearing.
I thought it was good for what it was. I thought it was good.
Good way to dip a toe. Maybe research further at your library.
Do things like that do well?
Yes. Yeah. World War II is very reliable.
At the Cedarburg Public Library, if somebody were to borrow that book, would they be likely then, when they're done with it, to go straight to another World War II book?
Yes. Yep. Yeah. It is. We like to call these they're gateway drugs. It is. The goal is that, and the new ones would be clustered together on our nonfiction new arrival area. And what is it, like the 940s for Dewey Decimal? Nerd. Is where you'll find the rest.
This particular show has often been called a gateway. Oh wait, no, it hasn't, because there's no other show you could go to from here.
Here we are. We're here for you.
We're not a gateway drug if the only other shows out there are smooth and professional. That's not a gateway drug. That's a complete change of pace. So.
We're more of a Tylenol. Let's see here. We have something called Boy from the North Country. Sam Sussman. What is this?
I don't know.
No. Neither of us have done our job. A son returns home to his dying mother to discover the astonishing truth of his origins and the secrets of a woman whose life and wisdom he is only beginning to understand. Evan is 26, and he's going to a secluded farmhouse to hang out with June, his mom. And you are getting an early bat. You are sent to the showers. This is like baseball when they pull a pitcher. Hit the showers, Donahue.
Those of you who are watching who might not be familiar with this background, that is my little dog Frida.
And she stuck around. She stuck around for the show.
Time surveying her kingdom from that window perch. That's why I put a pillow up there.
Just one.
So if the Cedarburg Public Library viewers could avoid the conspiracy theorizing that attracts on my BookTube channel, I don't tell her what to do. I don't put her up there for a video.
I don't think that would even be possible to tell her what to do. I don't see that.
I don't tell her what to do. So she's doing it because she wants to be.
If you told her to be cute right now, she's ridiculously cute right now. Facially, she's just
I spent an hour before we started taping telling my producer to be cute. Look what I got for him.
This is a debut novel, actually.
It's a debut novel. So am I right that Sam Sussman is also 26?
Let's find out, shall we? Oh, easily. Look at this guy. He's 12. He grew up in the Hudson Valley, graduated with a BA from Swarthmore, and he is, my goodness, he got some writing in Harper's Magazine. He taught writing seminars in India, Chile, and England, and participated in, he lives in the Yorkville neighborhood of Manhattan and his native Hudson Valley. So proceed with caution. I hope I didn't take Steve's line, but I would
native Hudson Valley. Native Hudson Valley. Meaning that's where his mother still lives.
He's the boy from the North Country.
What direction is Hudson Valley from New York? His native Hudson Valley.
Oh, Steve. All I can say to that is, who better than you? This is The Art of Healthy Arrogance and Dreaming Big by Will Packer. Who better than you? Yeah, I like the idea of healthy arrogance. I don't think I've ever dabbled in that.
You shouldn't like that idea. What defines better? What phrase defines better the reason for the hellscape, the destruction of this country than healthy arrogance.
Right.
This book is a green light. It is a ticket for you to do your worst.
Yes.
And the answer to the question, who better than you, is someone better qualified than you. That's what the answer to that question is.
Well, who better than us to run a podcast called Books of the Week, I ask you. What do we got here? This falls under the category, I think, of a category you devised on this show and prior, called Me Kill Now. This is The Vanishing Place by Zoe Rankin.
They're always 3 words. The letters are always gigantic block letters. The terms, the words that are chosen are always incredibly simple or direct tips of the hat to the cliche that's going to solve the mystery.
Right. Apparently on the cover it says, and I feel this way myself, right at this moment, you can't escape, but you can vanish. So there we go.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
It is a conundrum. But is it enough of a conundrum to open the book?
In what conceivable circumstance where you are seeking to escape from anything would it not be the same thing as you vanishing? What does that mean? You can't escape, but you can vanish, so you can't escape, but you can't escape.
Yeah,
Earth. Who reads these things? Is this thing going to do well at the library?
It's going to do very well. Oh, hang on. I lost lights. Hold tight. This is something. There we go. Hi. The new arrangement isn't quite ironed out yet. We're waiting for the paint to dry. I've been sniffing paint this whole episode. So lucky me.
Well, the lower lights would mask the gun muzzle flare.
And you asked, who reads this stuff? I found him right here.
You blame him for everything.
I do blame him for everything. Okay, I found these 2 ladies have become fans of our show and sent me a picture of after the most recent episode, and they really enjoyed. They certainly enjoyed. We inspire here.
I mean,
they fly off the shelves, Steve.
I am assuming
all those thrillers.
The library has a copy of Red Dragon.
We do, of course. Thomas Harris, yeah. But they want more, and then they can go to Harlan Coben. And
they want more, so they check out less. That doesn't make any sense at all.
We'll have to.
The library is an all-you-can-eat buffet.
That's true.
And
we can't
so
beat
many
the price.
are going and saying, "Well, I just get this one plate." No, you don't. As many places do. No, I'd better just get this one plate.
Well, now's a really good time to actually bring this up. He says, shuddering. I had to replace. I basically just opened a box of new books and brought them to the studio. So we're just like literally, discovering these together. And I had to replace our copy of Dostoevsky's The Gambler. Our copy got wrecked by someone. I think it was either wine or possibly something harder. And so The Gambler is back in a nice Penguin Classics edition that I'll be putting in our, as you can see.
What else is in there?
Other stories, which I believe White Knights and Bobak and something called The Dream of a Ridiculous Man. No comments about me, please.
And the translator?
Sorry?
The translator?
Oh, yes. Let's see here. Ronald Meyer. So,
well, I have a million questions about this. Does Dostoevsky do well?
For some strange reason, a little bit, and I don't know. I haven't quite gotten into why, but we'll have to replace a Crime and Punishment copy every 2 or 3 years. Keeps going out,
I trust you have the right Crime and Punishment copy.
You mean the one that's with certain blurbs on them?
Right on the front cover.
Ladies and gentlemen, perhaps I've never mentioned on this show that our own book critic is world famous because he is blurbed on the only copy of Crime and Punishment worth having.
I am blurbed on lots and lots of books by name.
Look at, yes.
You viewers out there, I'm in your home.
And he's watching.
Mainly because I'm at the stage where I can't really do anything else.
Oh, we get you around. We get you around. But
So Dostoevsky does well at the library.
yeah, and enough to warrant.
But the way you say it makes me think you're saying he does well, unlike other classic authors.
Yeah,
really. So he does better.
It was interesting because
classic author beats them all. Does Jane Austen beat them all?
Yes, yeah, I would say so. All like Twain moves quite a bit. What else could I? Usually Twain moves because he's assigned at the high school, so there's that. Although he had a little resurgence, Huck Finn had a little resurgence with Jim.
The Gambler is often assigned in high schools.
Yes, yeah. And
I don't think high schools assign Crime and Punishment anymore. But
no.
Shorter Dostoevsky tends to get assigned.
Oh, interesting. And maybe that would, the booze on the book makes me a little more alarmed than I guess if that's what we're talking
about. That's a high school student I want to meet.
I hope the book didn't push him to that, but it was interesting. I didn't know
Jeffrey Dahmer.
He's otherwise engaged, but
your state is cooking up a new one. Your state is.
It is our chief export, isn't it?
Your chief export is weird serial killers. It's ridiculous. You look at a double column spread of serial killers in the United States, their name, their body count, and their state of birth, and it's like, what's going on here? Is this a misprint?
No, it's Miss Meat, not a misprint.
Yeah, only in Wisconsin, that would be her husband.
At least they're still together. The interesting thing about The Gambler is, and I didn't know this about that Dostoevsky wrote it or transcribed it rapidly because he had roulette debts to deal with, and I like that. That's an interesting story. And I thought, not only is this, and he wrote a story called, or a novella called, The Gambler. So there's four guys named Boris. Who want to talk to him about his debt. so there we go.
Phobic of you. I thought you could see Russia from Wisconsin.
Someone's if you squint. So that's my pile.
We don't want to go down that rabbit hole. We don't want to put lipstick back on that particular page.
Oh, we miss her. Come on now.
Yeah, that was back when the days when American politics was sane. Can you believe? Again, our 21st century viewers are saying, "What on earth are you talking about?" We're talking about the beginning of the end in American politics. The beginning of the complete institutional derangement of what was once the Republican Party.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Once upon a time, there was the Democratic Party that thought if the government is amassing hundreds of millions of dollars, it should spend hundreds of millions of dollars. Yep. And then there was the Republican Party that said if the government's amassing hundreds of millions of dollars, it shouldn't spend anything.
Right.
Because a rainy day could be coming.
For sure. Yeah.
You kids with your long hair, you want to spend all this money. No. Once upon a time, that was that, and you were not the devil if you were either one of them.
Yeah.
And then a man who ought to have known better picked an absolute moron as his vice presidential running mate.
Those are good days, though. Tea Party. I mean, remember how quaint that was? Newt Gingrich. He was cute.
And the phrase went around, you can't put lipstick on a pig.
Right.
And I remember watching the TV, which was a box that we had stationary in a room. We didn't have them on a device in our hands. I remember watching the TV and thinking, well, lipstick or no, I've kissed pigs. I wouldn't dream of doing that here.
Ultimately, this is what it's all about. An old favorite here on this show. And that is a good thing. So that's a stack of 10. We did that in record time, which is great because nobody has any time anymore, let alone not only to read, but listen to two people, talk about it.
It's just time to talk about Charlie Kirk assassination theories.
No, so we love this show, and we're so glad Steve came by.
Every time I do a show with anybody now, they immediately shuffle me off. We get to the end of the show, and I go off, and they're like, "It's time to go."
Don't forget that everyone who tunes in gets a free copy of Bill Frawley Sings the Old One.
What's going on here? Is it me? No,
You know,
children who are wrong.
And you don't even have to cancel Disney Plus to enjoy us. So it's a very
Every
exciting.
time I do a show now, we get to the end and the person's saying, all right, well, we've had enough.
So time to put Steve away. we bring him out and then we get to put your toys away. So that's what we're going to do. We are back for our fall season. If you remember the cliffhanger last season that was fired, guess what? This season's cliffhanger will be exactly the same. And that's a great comfort to all of you, I think. And a better comfort, of course, is I'm going to promote your channel too. There's a guy named Steve Donahue on YouTube. If you like what you saw here, there's a lot more of him.
On my own channel. Nobody.
Yes. So there we are.
I go on at great.
There's nothing that Steve. There's nothing that makes Steve happier than subscribers. So just subscribe.
You can watch without subscribing. No one ever says that, but you could watch without subscribing.
No, because then he's forced to do something called a Q&A, and he loves those too. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the Q&A. Have you ever read?
Have you ever read Crime and Punishment, Steve? So there we are. He's not just our Steve Donahue, he's the world's Steve Donahue, and he loves that role and really embodies
it. The next Q&A, don't start a question with "Have you read?"
No. Or better yet, if you really want an entertaining Q&A, start every question with "Have you read?" I'm sorry, Frida. He'll get a little animated. So wonderful show. We're back next week, I promise, because we're dialed in now. It's autumn and there's nothing else to do in Wisconsin. So
plus I'm an atheist and you're a Jew, so there isn't anybody else around next week. It's just, we're still here.
We're going to be doing this show just for ourselves.
Oh, there's no line there's no line at the Krispy Kreme.
No,
at least. Walk right up.
Oh, I got to make my own babka.
It's much quieter. You walk down the street, you tip your hat to somebody. Hello, fellow member of the Eternally Damned. How you doing? Eternally Damned. Nice to meet you.
Happy Rapture, everyone. We'll be back next week. Take care and thank you, Steve.